Hi, my name is Ashley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I generally tend to do these stroller unboxings and wagon unboxings as well. So today I'm going to be doing the Larktale unboxing and assembly for you, as well as the canopies, so you can have a good idea of how to get this thing together so you can get strolling faster. Hope you enjoy the video.
So in this video, I'm going to be doing the unboxing and assembly for you, but I'm also going to give you some of my initial thoughts. I've done this a number of times now, putting these things, the stroller wagons together, and some of just the initial observations and impressions that I get out of the box. I'm going to share those with you. I do run a Facebook group called Stroller Divas and Wagon Queens, and there are plenty of moms that have had or still have the latest and greatest in stroller wagons and strollers. So if you're interested in hacks, tips, advice, please join us on there, and I'll link it in the description for you.
Okay, so these instructions are actually like IKEA caveman instructions, and I think they kind of stink. There are parts of it that are just confusing. So I'm going to do my best to explain this better. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open this lock. It does not have an auto lock. And then we're going to open up the chassis. Now in the instructions, it has this big deal about a click. You're not going to hear a click because it doesn't actually lock into place. The other thing that it wants you to do is to extend the bar that protects the footwell, but you can't do that if it's laying flat the way it is right now. So what you're going to want to do is to turn it over. And if you extend out these bottom bars here, you'll see this is what they're talking about. They just want this to be facing out. I don't know why that is so important. But the next thing that we're going to do is to put on the brake. And that's going to go here on this side with the adjustable handlebar, because this is where you're going to push from. And so the brake is going to face toward your feet. Easy enough. Also important to note, when you open this up and take it out, it smells like a Foot Locker or something. It's like a new shoes. So if you're into that kind of thing, you'll be very pleased. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put on these front tires and the back tires. So the front ones are the small ones. Doesn't look like it really matters which way you put them. And they go in easily just like that. And then the back ones are a little trickier, and they actually don't explain this in the instructions. They come with the pegs separately and not positioned in here, but in the instructions they show it already done. So you're going to want to just insert the peg and push this, because this is like a button. The pressure will release it to go through the tire. And then position it in the hole. Make sure you're pushing that button, locked in place. Same thing with this one. It has that pressure, so you're going to apply that pressure there, slides right in. Whew, a little trickier to see, but easy enough. Okay, after that we're going to turn it onto its side and put it back up with the tires. On to step 2. I'm pleased to report that just out of the box, even for giving the instructions, this is one of the easier stroller wagons I've put together. It's pretty simple. I mean, the steps that I've already showed you are pretty much it. From there, you're just kind of playing around with it, figuring out the different features. I'll show a few of those to you right now, and then after that, I'll show you the canopies. They come separately. You need to purchase those on their own, and then we'll get the canopies open and show you how they look on. Okay, so starting from the far side of the stroller wagon, I'm going to show you how the storage basket can be folded away. Right here on the back of the seat, there's a little tab, a little toggle thing. And then if you look here kind of toward the middle of the basket, there's a little loop of elastic. You're just going to grab that, fold this up, and that's how it attaches. From there, you can go ahead and take that off. And I'll show you a bit about the recline. Everybody was very excited about this recline. All it is here is there's 2 buttons here that you're going to push together to release it, and you pull on this strap to tighten. So to release, we're going to do this, pull back. That's your recline fully extended. And when you're ready to tighten it up again, just pull on that strap. And then you're ready to go there. Some of the other things that I'm going to show you, I mean, the adjustable handle is pretty standard. You just push the side buttons and it's able to adjust. It comes with one cup holder, and you can put those on either side of the pushing side. So it's pretty simple. Just goes here, you push down over the peg, and it rotates. So that might be helpful if you're going up over a curve or something. The other thing that I will note is that the Footwell, when you want to make it a flat surface, you have to get in here, and there's one seat that's going to have the flap to cover it over, and it zips across. You're going to have to take out this buckle in order to release this. So if you're thinking that this is going to be an easy like nap thing, if your baby wants to just like lay all the way out, you're going to have to undo that seat every time. So you might want to find your preference, or if you have a certain like a long outing and you want to have it flat just in case baby falls asleep or something. I know people were really excited about this recline, thinking that for naps it's going to be perfect like a traditional stroller. It's just not going to be the case. The recline is nice for relaxing, but it's not quite enough for a nap for a baby for sure. And actually this wagon is not recommended for use until 6 months per the manufacturer. So these are all things that you want to take into account. So one quick thing I wanted to talk about before I move on to the canopies is the front locking tires. I love that that is a feature. However, I was a little surprised, as many other stroller wagons that I have opened before, if they do feature a front locking tire, you can lock it from any position, and then as your tires are moving, it will lock when it arrives to this position. These tires, you have to specifically put them in this position before you lock them. So if I turn the tire a little bit and I try and lock it, it's not going anywhere. It has to be perfectly lined up, this little peg with this cutout here, to where you can lock it just right. So that's just something to think about, you know, for ease of use and maneuvering and such things. Okay, so from there, I just cut this open, and I'm going to pull this out so I can show you guys the canopies. As I mentioned before, you do need to buy them separately. They don't come with it. The nice thing about these canopies, though, is that they do, each side comes with, one side comes with a bug net and one side comes with a rain cover. It's not necessarily like a downpour. I saw a statement from the company that was saying that it's more like you're out and about and all of a sudden you get caught in like a drizzle and you need to have coverage for your kids until you get somewhere dry. That's the kind of cover it is. They do sell, I think, more of like a plastic kind of covering for if you're going to be out and about for a long time in the rain, but these do come built into the net itself, that it has a storage compartment for it. So I think that's a pretty nice feature, especially if you have to buy them separately. Now these seem pretty cut and dry as to how you install them. It's kind of just a simple system here where they have a little rectangle, and that's where you're going to snap it into place. And the release lever is going to make that click when you have it properly in place. You mind coming over this way, honey? I'm going to show the back side. So this is the way that it extends, and then I'm going to recline this so we have a better look here. This is going to come around the back here. And there is a Velcro strip that is right here on the back of the seat that aligns with the Velcro strip here on the back of the canopy, and that is going to hold it in place. Now, this here is stretchy, this fabric, so if you recline it, it should stretch along with it. It might get taut, but it will stretch along with it, and then you're still able to pull it back. So this side, as you can see, there's a little mosquito on the canopy, so this is going to have your mosquito net here inside, and then it's just the same for the other side. So I'll just quickly put that on so you can see how they look together, attached here. Very easy to install. These are, it's very full coverage, but it's kind of interesting coverage. So I realized that the reason those canopies were collapsing in was because I had not done the third piece of installation for the canopies. So the first thing that you're going to do are the buckles here that we did. Second piece, we'll do the Velcro. The third piece are these zippers that they go, it's part of the canopy itself. Both sides are from the canopy. Go around the pole, and then you zip it to close it up, and that prevents this canopy from collapsing in. So don't forget to do that because it looks very silly if you do. Those are my points of getting this baby together, and some of the features that I found already, just getting it together that can be cool, can be useful. I hope that you leave me some comments. Let me know if you have one of these, what you like about it. I haven't gotten to strolling with it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Some of these tires, actually, these tires have impressed me. They're not as thick, but they have a great material to them. So I'm hoping that this is going to do really well on different terrains. I know that this particular stroller wagon has had really good feedback from a lot of moms in the stroller wagon community that are used to high-end strollers, high-end push. They've really liked this one compared to the other ones, so can't wait to test it out myself. One more point that I'll just make is, things like maneuverability are kind of up to preference, but these canopies, for some moms, some parents, are quite tall. I don't have trouble with them, but some of my friends in the stroller wagon community that are closer to 5 foot, they really struggle with the height of these. They can't see over them, they can't see their kids. So that's just something to think about if you do fall into the shorter section here where you would be the one pushing. But it does adjust the handlebar so it would be able to meet your needs in that way. So I'm gonna give this a go. I'm gonna go take a walk with it and see what I think. Thank you for joining us on the channel again today. We're going to be doing a comparison video between the Larktale, the Pronto, and the Wonderful W2, and I'll be happy to give you kind of the stats on those, and then I'll be doing a review as well for this one just on its own, just to give you my thoughts after using it for a while. So can't wait to see you back on the channel. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope you have a great one.